What's up, everybody? So, really quickly, I was looking at this video, just happened to be scrolling, and this woman, she's like, "Yeah, I told my husband that if he learns his dance, with me, that we can try for twins." And, I'm looking at the comments there, and it's kind of funny. It's like the husband is showboating for the wife. And but, in a broader context, it's like there are women who are out there making their husbands beg to have their legacies, right? They are making their husbands perform and do all these extra things just to give them a child, right? And then, a lot of times, these women, they know that the power of the legacy is with them, right? And so they will sit there and make the man beg for his legacy. And these are typically the good men, the men that actually want the structure of having family. They are being made to beg for it. Whereas these ain't shit dudes, they're not begging for legacies. They're just creating them and letting the woman who has empowered herself to either deprive the idea of the legacy, or stick with dealing with the legacy by herself. And I just think it's interesting when you dive into some of what people think is humor, but I always feel like out of jokes, the real truth is coming out. The perceptions of how people see each other, how they're operating with each other, is coming out in a lot of this obnoxiousness online. And it's interesting because people are always demonized or victimized by the cycles of things that other people have done to them. And as much as people want to make the argument, well, that person wasn't me, I didn't do that to you, whoop de whoop de whoop, it's like, again, that's still coming from a place of not being very understanding that, this person has to, you have to do extra things just to make this person feel secure that you are a person that's safe, that they can build with. But it's just interesting how men and women are operating these days. It to me, it's very clear that the demons are psychologically manipulating people with all these so-called gurus, with all their opinions. And, the real casualty to all of the demonic conversations is the family structure, is the legacies that could be built, but it's also just the preservation of the individuals in your respective nation. If you don't have a lot of people who are giving birth, then there's not a lot of future generations to help to continue the motor of the economy. And as much as people hate the reality of the world that we live in, it's a slave economy. Hey, it is what it is. Without the economy, it wouldn't work, and then we all suffer. So, anyways, excuse me, talking too fast. Let me know what you guys think about this. But it is interesting that women are making their husbands do a lot of performance just to have their kids. Bye.